Buffer from Bilzar back again. We have another video we've put together. This time it's all about whether now is the right time to become an Amazon seller. If you're not an Amazon seller, believe me, now is the right time. If you're already selling on Amazon, how to make the most of your opportunities. There's so much going on with this coronavirus. There is mass unemployment. People are in lockdown. They're staying home. Retail shops are closed. Amazon sales are going through the roof. At Bilzar, we have seen our clients go from here to here. One customer in particular, he was doing about $500 per day, reasonably comfortable. He is now doing $10,000 per day because of our help at Bilzar, of course, and the effects of the coronavirus, where people are now shopping online. More people are shopping online. Older generation people, the boomers are shopping online. People that never went online are now learning about online shopping. So really, there are so many reasons why you should become an Amazon seller. The other reason I forgot was competition is less now. People are running out of stock. They're running out of stock and they're still having trouble getting stock out of China in particular. So the competition is lower, the demand is stronger. Supply and demand, guys. You know the rule. When supply is low, demand is high, you make great money. So stay tuned. I'll go to my PowerPoint presentation. I'll give it to you in a minute and have a look at the link below after. And of course, subscribe to Bilzar. Click on that so you'll get regular updates from me. Thanks, guys. Hey, everybody. So we will talk about why now is the best time to start selling on Amazon. Because there is so much going on at the moment, it can be chaotic, but believe me, now is the best time. Let's have a look. We've done a PowerPoint presentation here. Here it is. Let me set it up as a slideshow. Okay, here we go. I can hide good old Loom. All right, so right now is the right time to sell on Amazon. Okay, a lot of rights there. So coronavirus, Amazon FBA warehouses restricting supply, long delivery times for non-essential goods. Oh, why would you think that now is the best time? Well, maybe not this day, because you can't get goods into Amazon yet. But we are talking, hopefully, in the next week or so, things will be back to normal. We are now mid-April, so I'm hoping by end of April, things will be back to normal. Things are slowly coming back to normal. But here's why. Look, the coronavirus means that everyone is in lockdown all over the world. More people are at home. More people are online shopping. Let me tell you, we had one particular product that we sold today. We did a special on it. We did a 50% discount, big discount. We sold 680 units in one day. We still made money on it, even though we had a big discount on it. But, honestly, there is so much more that goes on because people are at home. So also the retail stores have shut down, even more online shopping. All right, so everyone is joining the online shopping habit. They say it takes 3 weeks to form a habit. So people that have never shopped online before are now shopping online. So, the baby boomers, the silence people, the older brigade, our older generation who have never done online shopping are now seeing the convenience. And some of them may never return to bricks and mortar. Very sad for bricks and mortar, but brilliant for if you're an online shopper and an Amazon seller. All right, people are in fear mode. So do the opposite. Take action. Strike while the iron is hot. All right, everyone else is dormant. So the more you take action, the less competition you've got. And don't forget, Amazon is the #1 e-commerce platform with more than 50% of online sales occurring on Amazon. FBA, Amazon FBA does make it easy for the seller. You don't have to hold stock. You don't need to do customer service. Amazon FBA does it all for you. A very low barrier to entry. And remember that Amazon has 33 million people buying on their platform. 33 million, giving you as a seller a captured audience. There's no marketing to do. You just have to list your product and the traffic is there and it's exploding every day. Thousands and thousands of more people are going onto Amazon every day. And there's less competition, much less competition, because your competitors cannot get stock into the FBA warehouses. They have run out of stock. And it's very hard, it's still hard to get stock out of China. So if you've got stock, then definitely you will be in high demand and you have much less competition. Great time. E-commerce is exploding. 10% of total sales, total retail sales, are e-commerce at the moment. That is expected to go to 17% by 2023, which is over $1 trillion in sales. That might even be earlier now because of the coronavirus. This was projected before the coronavirus. So it's almost expected to double in the next 2 or 3 years. Okay, and remember that Amazon has 50% of these sales at the moment. So stay with Amazon. Buyers trust Amazon. They do. The conversion rate using your own website, if you get 3% conversion, you've done well. On Amazon, 20 to 30% conversion is achievable. So definitely the way to go. As I mentioned, it's a low barrier to entry. You don't have to pay rent. You don't have employees. You don't have any overheads, really. Just create a listing, pay for your product, and off you go. And Amazon selling will change your life. It's changed my life, definitely. It's changed thousands of people's lives as Amazon sellers. Potentially passive income. You don't have to leave your home. You can be a digital nomad like me. It's all very, very real and possible. Well, you can become a digital nomad once we can start traveling again. All right, how do you sell on Amazon? There's 4 main ways. Okay, retail arbitrage and online arbitrage, right? Where you are basically either buying from a retail store and selling it on Amazon for retail arbitrage, or online, you actually buy it from a website and then send it to Amazon and make a profit. Very simple, nothing hard about that. Just buy and sell with a profit. And there's wholesale. We're actually buying well-established brands from a manufacturer or from a brand owner, and you sell it yourself on Amazon. And the fourth one, which is very, very popular now, private label or white label, some people call it, where you find a manufacturer of a product, you do something to it, you make it your own, you differentiate it in some form, so you stick your label on it and put it under your own brand name. That is private label selling. That's the one that we favour, and I'll explain why. Because arbitrage is a low-cost entry, it's very easy to do. You just buy low and sell high. Is it a good long-term strategy? Well, maybe not, because it's not passive income. You've got to work your butt off to find those deals. You have to find stock at low cost and try to make profit. Once you're there, you're not selling a unique product, you're selling an established product with other buyers, with other sellers. And that means you're competing for the buy box. And, it's not always as easy as what some people think, because you are competing with others. It's a race to the bottom sometimes. They try and lower their price to get the buy box and get the sale. And, it's not the best way long term, we don't think. But if you're low on cash and you just have a few $100s, maybe it's a good way to learn the ropes on Amazon. Okay. The other one, wholesale, is a great option if you can get a license from a well-known brand product. And I've got a couple of clients who do have licenses for certain brands, and they are making an absolute killing, making millions on Amazon because they have exclusive licenses for a particular brand of product. If you're in China, by the way, they can definitely start with Chinese manufacturers. If you're in America, you start with American manufacturers. But wholesale, I know a lot of people have made millions out of wholesale. I'm talking about there's a lot of factories in China. The problem with them is that they'll sell to anyone. So if you sell one product from China, it's likely that factory will sell it to other people. It's a race to the bottom. You're competing for the same product. If you haven't differentiated or got an exclusive license, wholesale is very difficult. I found it difficult. I tried wholesale. It's not easy. But if you're lucky, or if you work hard, I should say, and manage to get a license, or have a great relationship with the manufacturer or brand owner, then you could be laughing. That leaves private label, white label, the most popular way we think to make money on Amazon, probably the best long-term strategy. The bad news is that it's getting more and more competitive. There's no doubt. Before the coronavirus, now with the coronavirus, there's less competition, which is great. Which is why now is the best time to do it. But there are a lot of sellers. There are millions of sellers. I believe there's 5 million odd sellers worldwide. A lot of sellers, and they mainly come from China. I think about half of the sellers now on Amazon.com come from China, are based in China. So we think you need at least 5,000, 10,000 to start. You say, oh my God, how am I going to get that amount? And why is it so expensive? You hear some people say, oh, you only need $100 or $500. Well, not if you follow the tried and true method of big sellers, of 7 and 8 figure sellers. So as an example here, I'm saying, let's say you want to sell a product for $20, pretty typical. A typical cost to get it into Amazon would be $4. You need to have, let's say you want to sell 20 units a month, a day, that's 600 units a month. You need 2,400 to pay for that stock, but you've got to have stock coming in. The idea is to never run out of stock. So you've got to have stock on the boat, on the way, or in the air, on the way, and you should have at least another 1 or 2 months stock available. So you've got to allow for another $4,800. That's $7,200. And then there's marketing. You have to start to rank. There's no doubt. These days, if you can rank without giveaways, I know Kevin King says you can. Well, maybe you can get lucky for the right product and the right time of the year. But in the main, you do need to do some discounting if you want to get to page one. Either giveaways, rebates, discount. It's really the main way to do it. And, if you're doing that, you've got to allow at least 50%. Some people say 75% of your total costs. So that's another $3,600. That's $10,800 investment if you want to sell 20 units a day. It's a lot of money. All right. The premise, as I mentioned here, is you never run out of stock. The reason is if you run out of stock, you're going to lose your ranking, and all that hard work you did to get to page one is lost. And then when the stock comes in, you have to try again. So, and start all over again, because Amazon will demote you as a poor seller, an unreliable seller. It's much harder to rank if you run out of stock. And the cardinal rule is to never run out of stock. Very important. This is a table that just explains whatever the cost is and the amount of capital required, and how many, depending on how many sales per month you want, right? So as an example, if the landed cost is $3 and you do $300 and you do 300 sales per month, you probably need about $4,000, okay, $4,000. If the landed cost is expensive, $20 cost, and you want to do 900 units a month, you probably need about $80,000. So it's not chicken feed. So if you want to do private label, you have to seriously consider and think about how much you can afford when you launch and how many you want to sell, because you can control that depending on how well you rank and how much you're prepared to give away or discount. And marketing costs will decrease with time, but initially they're going to be expensive. Most common mistakes. Number one is poor product choice, lack of research, not studying the competition, paying too much for stock. Some people say that the money is to be made when you buy stock. If you can buy it $2 cheaper than your competitor, you've got a massive advantage. Not differentiating. It's a common problem I see all too often. You must differentiate your product. Not understanding the demand and not understanding what are the unique features and benefits of your product. Other things, keywords, not understanding what are the correct keywords to use in your listing, in your title, in your bullet points, in the back end. Very, very important. So if you've got poorly developed titles and bullet points, you will not rank as well. Poor English and grammar reflects poorly on you as a professional seller. So very important. And not understanding the American buyer's needs, images that aren't quality, videos are obviously very important as well. And not understanding PPC or not being aggressive enough with your PPC. Other things, not seeing enough stock, running out of stock and losing rank, not applying trademark and brand registry. These days, it's a must-have. If you want to be a serious seller on Amazon, a private label seller, you must have brand registry. Okay, it's no argument. And not aggressively getting reviews. Reviews are so important. We use ManyChat, Rank and Review. We've talked about it so often. We love Manage, Chat, Rank, and Review. It's all white hat, above board, safe, secure, great way to get reviews. You can use the early review program. You can use Vine. There's many ways to get reviews, very important. And of course, social media is so important. Facebook, ManyChat, Instagram, social influencers, all very, very important parts of your launch technique. And not giving away enough products to get to page one. Some people are too scared to give away products. They're saying there's no need. Well, good luck. We can help you with all of this. Go to bilzar.com. All right. What's the good news? That if you have done all the research, then in terms of keywords and you understand your competition, you're going to be better than 95% of the sellers who really don't know what to do. So to launch, there are a sequence of events that we follow, and I'm not going to go through all of them now, but very, very quickly, there are little things like the honeymoon period, the 21-day honeymoon period, making sure that you set your launch date way ahead so you don't lose the honeymoon period. The honeymoon period is very important. I used to think it was rubbish, but I've soon come to realize that those first 3 weeks or so do make a difference. So if you're in the honeymoon period, make the most of that. All right, setting up your social influencers, Instagram, Facebook, all of your social media, getting that going before you actually launch, so that by the time you launch, it's bang, it goes for it. Using Facebook groups with discount codes helps ranking. Setting up a competition on Facebook to create a buzz, get a lot of ManyChat subscribers. That's what I'm saying here. Create a buzz about your product. Make it competitive at first. Make sure your PPC uses targeted product product directed advertising and exact phrase. We use Helium 10 Cerebro, and we have a PPC launch sequence which is included in this presentation. And of course, ManyChat Rank and Review is brilliant for ranking and reviews. And then we monitor PPC regularly. This is the PPC program that we use. It's very much based on targeting and scaling, and it takes place over several weeks. We don't think you can really get a break-even ACOS for the first month or so when you're launching, unless you're, again, incredibly lucky. Okay, so that's basically it. And these are more information about Bilzar. So we can show you the tools and secret techniques adopted by 7- and 8-figure sellers because we have worked with so many. We've worked with over 100 Amazon sellers over the last 3 or 4 years, and a lot of them have been 7-figure sellers, a couple of 8-figure sellers we've worked with. We know what they do. We know what's required to make a lot of money, good money, and we also know what are the wrong things to do. So I say to you, it's a great time to be a seller. Join us at Bilzar. We can help you, definitely. Here I am. We can join you. We are an approved Amazon service provider, and we will help you all the way if you need a good understanding on how to launch your products, how to accelerate your growth if you're an established seller, to go from here to up here. We've done it several times with so many customers, so many Amazon sellers. Join us. Ask me any questions. It's been a pleasure. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk soon.